This is the centers. We have 3 centers, as you can see, in the southern part, in Tel Sultan area in West Rafah, and one in Al Bureij in the central part. And basically, eventually, everything is going to be in the south once we complete the takeover of all of northern Gaza and destroy every terror infrastructure there. But until then, in order to supply food to the locals that are still stuck up there, we've got these type of centers. Now, how do they look like? Take a look at that. We bring them all the way, we line them up, and they show their ID, and they go in and they take a box. Now, what is the box containing? This is it, folks. It contains flour, it contains sugar, it contains pasta, oil, and other cans, and even sweets, by the way. And you can see what it's like, all the area that is prepared. This is from the air. It's a huge area that the IDF has been working on for a long time. And these are the tables, and that's it. So the problem was that, as you're about to see, at the very end today, a few hundreds of them kind of created a little was that, as you're about to see, at the very end today, a few hundreds of them kind of created a little bit of chaos. And Pastor Barry, I believe Hamas was basically organizing some chaotic things, because I know Al Jazeera was there, and wherever Al Jazeera is, Hamas is doing his shenanigans, because Al Jazeera is basically the ones that promote Hamas. In what they showed is basically complete loss of control for about 15-20 minutes. And the Gazans stopped behaving like Europeans, and they behave like what Hamas wants them to look like, and they looted everything. Now, it has to be very clear, 140,000 meals were basically distributed, because in every box you have enough meals for 5 people, and it's a few meals per person. So altogether, 8,000 families receive boxes, and if you accumulate everything, we're talking about big chunk. And for Hamas, it is a huge blow, Pastor Barry, because for the first time, Hamas has no way, no control, and the people are getting the food. And this is what we are trying to tell the world. There is enough food in Gaza. Hamas is not letting the people have it. The number of trucks that entered into Gaza over the past 2 months, before the 2 months halt, was enough for 8 months. In other words, even if we did not allow for the last 2 months any humanitarian aid, they still have 6 more months of supply. But Hamas took it. Hamas is trying to sell it. Hamas is keeping it away from the people. So there is no hunger that caused by Israel. If anything, there's a shortage of food that is caused by Hamas. The food is there. It is in Gaza. So what we're now doing, we're bypassing Hamas in order to show that we are interested that the Gazans will eat. And if they don't eat with the trucks that we pour in, then we're going to have to do it in a different way. Folks, again, Hamas is responsible for October 7th. Hamas is responsible for the destruction of Gaza, for the killing of innocent civilians, and Hamas is also behind what they claim is starvation. There is food in Gaza, make no mistake. It's just held by Hamas, and it has to be clearly indicated and told to everyone. So, I mean, that's what I have to say. And again, the American company will resume tomorrow the distribution of food, and it seems like Hamas is losing control. The population is indeed disobeying Hamas, because Hamas told them, don't go and take food from the Israelis. Can you imagine? Now, if there was a real starvation, why would anyone tell anyone, don't go and take food from this guy? You understand that when you are starving, you want everyone to go and take food from wherever they can. There is no starvation. If they are selective regarding where they take this food from, who is distributing the food to them, that tells you a lot about the nature of the starvation and famine that there is in Gaza. And just to be very clear, Sudan is where there is real starvation. And Gaza received 20 times more food than Sudan has. And Sudan has zero world attention, whereas Gaza has all of it.